What's good? Dragoon here. I'm going to pose a question today. Can the FPS genre evolve to reach and compete at the same level as main stage esports like League of Legends and StarCraft? I'm going to argue yes. With the implementation of a few key ingredients, first-person shooter could very easily return and surpass its former glory. We'll examine what those ingredients are by looking at why Halo 4 didn't reignite that competitive esports fire. At its core, Reach and Halo 4 did away with ranks. This is by far the biggest roadblock to FPS and their competitive potential. Both Reach and H4 adopted the mentality that ranks infringe upon the comfort level of the casual player. The developers went even further to believe that the ranks deter casual players from even buying and playing the title. A good ranking system, though, can make or break the game. In the case of League and StarCraft 2, both have absolutely incredible ranking systems. I won't lie when I say a large reason why I enjoy SC2 so much is just the rank system. I continually play opponents really close to my skill level, and then on like a good game, on a polished game, that is so much more fun than just pub stomping or getting matched with people who are way too good. A good ranking system encourages the player to not only play, but to compete. This fuels teamwork and creates a desire to win. FPS as a genre needs ranks in order to be successful, but as we'll see with the next bullet point, a clean ranking system being put into an FPS is not that simple, or at least it's not simple with the current business model adopted by developers. Which brings us to number 2. Developer support! This one's pretty self-explanatory. The developer has to be able to cater and respond to their game community's needs. And it's a challenge because of the current business model. Every single year, a Call of Duty has to come out. Whether it's good, bad, finished, done, red, white, blue, yellow, whatever, it has to come out every November. That's their business model. It's like Hollywood cinema. Every year they have to make summer blockbusters. Every year a Transformers has to come out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what you're getting into with Transformers. Each sequel, it's not divvying too far from that successful format. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, whatever. You're paying, you went to go see it. That's it. That's what a Call of Duty title is starting to turn into, is just this, like, you're renting a movie. Do you get the new COD? They all just come out so quickly. And then that puts pressure on the developer because they have to start making next year's title basically right after the release of their first title. How are they supposed to even go about maintaining their game if all their focus is on the next year's game? Does that make sense? And it's tough for a developer. Like, Treyarch and Vadahar have stepped the game up, though, with Black Ops 2. I will say this. They implemented ranks. They implemented a spec mode. They also used COD Pros to help develop the game. Those are all keys to success within FPS as esport. I think Black Ops 2 is the closest FPS has come to the esports level of polish. This standard, though, that Black Ops 2 did has to be pushed across the board. It has to be standardized in order for FPS to succeed. Number 3, unity in the community. Again, this one is critical. The fighting has to stop between the communities. We have to respect each other. We have to learn to be professional to one another. You know, a lot of the Halo pros switched over to COD right around the time that the rumors were flying that MLG was dropping Halo 4, which, that makes sense. It's their job. That's totally fine. But a lot of those Halo pros were just welcomed very kindly into the Black Ops community. Like, Call of Duty dudes were super chill about the Halo guys coming over. But whenever you see like a COD guy go to a Halo tournament, or a COD person even just try and enter into the Halo world, they're met with a lot of hostility. And this runs across the board. Like, I think for as long as I've played Halo, there's been this kind of chip on the shoulder elitism that flows with this series, because it's like, oh, I'm a Halo player. You know, and it could lead to like this really nasty, some people call it competitive edge. Otherwise, that's some bad BR shots right there. Some people call it competitive edge. I don't know what to call it, honestly. It's just, it comes off unprofessional. It's alienating to others who want to get into our game, who want to understand the series. And it just needs to stop at this point. If we're going to grow, stop going. You shouldn't go into a Black Ops stream or a Black Ops video and leave hate. Vice versa. You know, a COD person shouldn't leave hate on a Halo video. Learn to like your game genre. If you like FPS, whatever. Find the FPS you enjoy playing. If it's multiple, cool. That's great. But learn to respect the other genres. That'll help us. And I honestly do think that this genre will succeed. But if one message can spread, it would be just stop hate. It's foolish, it's childish, it halts growth. be accepting to those in the FPS genre. In conclusion, Halo 4 is still a very new game and has a lot of potential. 2 months out, basically, going on 3 months. It's clear 343 is working on Halo 5. If you remember Reach, it took a long time before MLG was able to get the perfect settings, but, you know, late end of Reach, the game was very, very good. Still, the fact that there were no ranks really held it back, and the fact that the ranks aren't going to be visible in-game for Halo 4 is a crippling blow to the title, and it just only hurts the game, and I wish the developers would see that. Showing that little triple again, I choked on the overwrite after this. I wish I could have gotten that, but gotta tighten my shot. Can't choke. You can't choke ever. But, you know, it's a new game. There's still a lot of potential for it. I wish ranks would be in it. They're probably not going to happen. But honestly, the competitive settings of Halo 4, I'll say this, at its core, Halo 4 is probably the best engine we've ever had. The best Halo engine. The movement is so tight. Everything about it, the jumping, the movement, it is all very tight and feels very good. But it's covered up in really bad matchmaking settings. And if you could have like an AGL playlist, like AGL happened this weekend, it would be so great if you as the player could go play the AGL playlist, like to be able to connect that competitive experience with the casual experience. And I don't think we're going to see it on this generation, as I said earlier. Next generation, I see more of this moving towards the League of Legends model. If you don't know, League of Legends is a free-to-play game. It's like pretty much the biggest esport in the world by far. And the way they make their money, since it's a free-to-play game, is they sell skins for the in-game characters. You can also basically bypass their system of each week they have like 7 or 10, I can't remember, it's like 10 champions free each week. But there's a load of champions in the game, like a lot of them. So if you want to play a champion that's not free that week, you can just buy it. You can also buy those champions with in-game points just by playing the game. So they get you to play the game with its own in-game currency. Consider that like Spartan points. But beyond that, you can actually buy characters and skins and things to customize your character. All about the in-game experience, basically. And you don't see that level of engagement with their community, with a community that is a console right now. But AGL did just get started. If you saw the first event, it was really fun to watch. The competitive settings look incredibly fun to play, and FPS still could exist. You know, that's what I'm saying. Everybody has just sort of got this picture in their mind of like T-Squared, Dr. Pepper, Halo 3, ESPN. Or at least if you're in the States. If you're not in the States, I don't know. But Halo 3 had a really brief period of time in which it was the game. It blew up, it exploded. You know, I think Halo's the closest FPS has come to making like that pure, awesome bred arena shooter. I think Call of Duty, like Black Ops 2, has a lot of polish on it right now, let's face it. But the actual core gameplay, I don't really have much fun watching pros play Black Ops 2. It's a lot of who saw who first, in my opinion. Halo, you actually get to see the gunfights. You see the gun battles. You know, the shields allow for comebacks. They allow for little, like, out-BRing somebody feels so good in this game. So good in this game. And watching people do it at the pro level on stream is even more hype. So, maybe it's Halo, maybe it's COD. I think it's a synthesis of, you know, those two styles. Does that make sense? Before we're going to see anything really explode on the main stage like we did back with Halo 3. The unity has to happen. The ranks indeed have to happen. I think a spectator mode, you know, if this game was good enough, you could get away with not having it. But the fact that it doesn't have it, and the game settings, and just all the things surrounding Halo 4, it's just not enough. So, you know, it needs to be this level. You have to have a standard. I think we're going to see it in the next generation. I honestly do. That was a long conclusion! So what's going on this week? Well, school for me, but I'll see you on Friday. Link in the description. Halo Zone's 5K custom night is going to be streamed live on Friday evening. Details of that should be announced over on Halo Zone soon. I'm going to talk with him. Should be a good time. Then Saturday is Halo 3. They're doing like a little mini repopulate thing this weekend on Halo 3. I'll try and stream it. We'll play with you guys. Should be fun stuff. So look for a video further this week talking about that. Otherwise, have a good one. Team Killer was in this relay game, so his link will be down in the description as well. Enjoy your week, and I'll talk with you all later.